Hey everybody, and welcome back to Make It with Mod Podge. I am Steve Piacenza, and today Cathie's going to show you how to transfer napkins on top of fabric using fabric Mod Podge. You're not going to want to miss this.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. I'm Cathie Fillion, and I've got a really fun technique to share with you. Let's get started by taking a look at some of the napkins that we're going to be using for this. I've got some heart napkins, these are really cool tiger napkins, and I love these botanical napkins. Now this technique, we are using the fabric Mod Podge. That's very important. This is not the regular Mod Podge, not your gloss, matte, and satin. This is the fabric formula. And if you use the fabric formula, you're going to be able to create machine washable t-shirts or tote bags or whatever you want to do using napkin decoupage. So what we're going to be doing is transferring a napkin. Let me show you over here. I've got these BU napkins. Now we used these a couple of weeks ago in a project, and I'm going to throw up a picture of that because that is so cute. We did these container makeovers. So if you have a napkin that you love, you can not only use this to transfer onto home decor items, but you can also do it onto fashion items. So on this t-shirt here, I did it on the back of the shirt because I wanted this kind of like cool, you know, look when you're walking, you have your pony and you've got a design then on the back of your shirt. So you can do it on the back of the shirt like that. I used the same napkin to do a detail just to a plain V-neck t-shirt here. So you could use the whole image or you could cut out bits that you want, and I'm gonna show you the technique for creating that feathered edge. It's really easy, it's just water and a paintbrush. Now the other thing is it's a new year. I am trying to corral up all my hard drives, my headphones. I've got cords for the girls' computers now because we do the homeschool. And so I found these cool plain canvas bags just like this. These were $1.69 at the craft store, and they come in a couple of different sizes. And I wanted to create something where I would know like right away, ooh, I've got all of Delilah's stuff in the green bag. So I transferred the napkins on here, and it's absolutely incredible. It almost feels like leather now. So you can do them onto these bags, you can do them onto t-shirt. The most important part of this is if you're going to be machine washing like garments, you want to make sure you pre-wash your garments to remove any sizing. So this t-shirt, I washed it and dried it and ironed it before I got started on this project. I did not use any fabric softener. For these bags, I did not wash them because I'm not planning on washing these bags. So if you're doing some home decor pillows or something like that, or you want to do some canvas that you're going to hang on the wall and do some cool decorative napkins on it, you don't need to wash that fabric. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to get started with our bag first. Now the most important thing about doing this project is that you need to separate the plies of the napkin. And what I mean by that is we're only working with the printed ply of the napkin. So I'm removing the back side. And I have pre-started this because I'm not gonna lie, it takes a while to get that corner started. So I went ahead and pre-started that. And now what I wanna show you is how to do that feathered edge. So for this, I wanted to kind of have this organic feathered edge look. If you wanted a straight edge like that, you could easily just keep that and with your scissors, cut a perfect square. But I wanted more of that organic look, and I did that same thing here. So you see, you kind of get more of a torn paper look. So some of you scrapbookers, you might like that sort of altered and torn paper look too. And I should note on this design here, I kept this part blank because so many people are doing stenciling or crickets and things like that, and you want to be able to put a name or something like that. So I just wanted to show you, you can do 3/4 of a napkin, half of a napkin, keep some of that area empty so you could stencil a name across there or a saying, whatever you want to do. So for this, we're going to take our napkin and lay it into position like so. And I know I want a little lip here at the top. And I've got a small amount of water and a paintbrush, okay? Just a little small detail brush. So I wanna go in and I'm going to just go ahead and add some water right down that line there. Just make a line of water, okay? Then I'm gonna tear that while it's wet. Let's see if I can do that over this so you can see that feathered edge coming in. And so hopefully you can see that feathered edge good. So that will dry in about 2 seconds flat. So I have that edge ready to go. Now I want to go ahead and do my top edge. Again, if you don't want this feathered look, you can easily do, you know, just a straight cut with your scissors. But I wanted to go with something that was a little bit more organic looking, especially because of this napkin. So we'll go ahead and just tear that away. You can just keep tearing, just like so. So now I've got those 2 sides. Now let's go ahead and, whoop, look, I'm making a mess over here. Go ahead and quickly do my other sides. And I like to just lay it on my project so I know really where I want to do it. Go ahead and one more. Let's see, should I just go for it, guys? I'm gonna go for it. Now I'm gonna be answering any questions live, so please let me know if you guys have any questions. Also, let me know where you're from. I am here in Southern California, and it is awesome out. Let's see, go ahead, get a little bit more there, so you can kind of just keep tearing it till you have it where you want it. And I think that's about the right size I want. You got a little bit shimmied over like that. Okay, now let's talk about the formula one more time. We're gonna be using fabric Mod Podge. That's the blue label, very important. Your mats and your glosses and things, you may be able to attach the napkin to it, but you're not gonna get the durability or the washability on your clothes unless you're using the fabric formula, okay? So now let's add our fabric formula. I'm going to lay my napkin right above my project. So again, just for people who are joining us now, we're doing the fabric formula and I'm teaching you how to transfer paper napkins to fabric. And this is machine washable once done. So we're gonna go ahead and add a nice thin coat. You can see that the fabric formula is much, much thicker than regular Mod Podge. So we're gonna go in and just continue to add our fabric Mod Podge, just like so, all the way to it. And I'm really trying to kind of get it into, this is canvas. So on canvas, I'm pushing a little bit harder because I'm trying to get it into the little nooks and crannies of the fabric. If it's t-shirt material, you don't have to press as hard. Let's go ahead and get that in. And a little bit more over here. And pressing with my bristles, just getting the formula really in there. And this doesn't dry real quick. So even under the hot lights here in the studio, I'm not really worried about it drying. I more am worried about getting full coverage so that this really sticks nice. So then just once you have it down, kind of look and make sure you don't have any holes. And then I'm just gonna go across and make sure it's all completely filled in. And I think we are ready to transfer our napkin. So once again, it's just the top ply of the napkin. I removed all the other ones, and I'm going to use a spray bottle like this just to gently mist my napkin, and that will help with any wrinkles and bubbles. And then we'll just slide it right into position. And I like to line up my top edge first. And then we're gonna go from the center out, gently pressing. I'm not adding much pressure at all, just barely touching, okay? Just barely touching. Go ahead. Now where I have my edges here, I got a little bit too much, just go in and pluck that off. It's all wet, so you can easily pluck that away. And if you didn't want that organic look, just cut a straight line. But for me, I wanted this sort of more organic shape. So just pluck away any extras, just like so. And then you're gonna set this aside and you're gonna let it dry. Let's see, I think we're pretty good. Look at that, all those wrinkles, everything just kind of whistles, just goes away. So now we're gonna let this dry a little bit. It's about 2 hours really. And I've got one here that's been drying. And you can top coat this if you want. For this, I'm not washing it, so it's not real important that I top coat it, but I wanna go ahead and show you if you were to top coat it, and if you're machine washing it, you probably would want to. you can just go in and using brush strokes, go up and down, smooth brush strokes, and just coat the whole thing with the fabric Mod Podge. Now from here, I would continue on doing the whole thing, and then I would let it dry for 48 hours. And then boom, you've got yourself cool new bags. So let's take a peek. We've got our little one here with our little heart leopard print. And we've got this fun one, like I mentioned earlier. I only did 3/4 of the way up so that you've got a little space where you could customize with stenciling or embroidery or some of your vinyl adhesives if you want. So fun and easy to do. Okay, who's ready to do the fashion? So the next one I want to show you is the t-shirt design. And for the t-shirt, I'm using the BU napkin. And let me go ahead and show you a couple other things. I'm going to show you a different technique, and this is using some cling wrap. So I've got some cling wrap ready. We're going to use that same fabric formula. And I've got my t-shirt here. This is just a plain t-shirt, and as I mentioned before, we are going to use it pre-washed. I have pre-washed it, and I ironed it. I didn't do a very good job ironing down there. So we go ahead, I want to put it up on this area just like our sample up here. So for this, I'm going to use that same feathering technique, and I'm going to create 3 different pieces using the BU napkin. And I've gone ahead and I have a couple of napkins separated already. So you can see, you can really piece this all together however you want. So let's go ahead and get some of our water, and we will start with the word U. So let's go around that. Go ahead, just like so, and tear that out. And you can see here, I didn't get quite, so you can just go in with your nail, kind of press that away. And, whoops, sorry guys. Go ahead and do that. And over here, if you wanted the perfectly straight lines, use scissors and cut it. But here we are with this, and we'll just tear that apart. There we go. So we got our first piece that we're ready to put down. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set it on my t-shirt, and then we will go in and cut out another one. So let's give this a bit of a fast forward while I just show you how I cut out the rest of the pieces. All right, now we have all of our pieces cut out with our feathering technique, and I want to show you, I've got some cling wrap here. Hopefully that can read for you. And I'm gonna cut that into a few little pieces because I just want enough to transfer my pieces over. So I'm gonna show you 2 different techniques for doing this onto clothing. So the first one is, let's go ahead and figure out where we want to put our pieces. So we'll do one here, and maybe one right there, okay? So first one I want to show you is you can just apply it directly to the shirt. So you would paint on your Mod Podge, just like so. Again, this is the fabric formula. I got a little piece of napkin there. Let's get that out of there. And then you would place your piece right down into the fabric Mod Podge and tap with your finger, gently, 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 okay? Now, if you see here, oh, I didn't get enough there, you can just go in with your brush and add a little bit more, and then just gently kind of push that down, just like so, okay? And now I would give that a second top coat once that is thoroughly dry. So that little top coat that I did there was just to hold it into place. Now the next technique that I want to show you is how you can use a little bit of cling wrap to transfer. So if you've got odd shaped things or you're not feeling real confident about your placement, you can go ahead, and I've got the little piece there, and we're gonna apply it now this time directly to the back of my napkin. So you can see how simple it was. For this technique using the cling wrap, I didn't get any of the extra formula around onto the t-shirt. So the cling wrap, if you want that really, really clean look and you're doing a feathered edge, that is a really great way to transfer that over. Either one works great. Let's go ahead and just add our bee quickly down here. Go ahead and add that one into position. You can also collage these up. You can layer them up. I'm gonna show you that in a second. And now I would set this aside, and it's gonna dry pretty quickly. I would let that dry a couple of hours. Then I top coat the whole thing and let it dry for 48 hours. And then it is machine washable. So you can wash it in the machine. I hang dry almost all of my t-shirts. So I recommend hang drying, although it can go into the dryer on a low setting. But I hang dry just to be safe. But you can see here how I've layered some of the pieces up. So you could create whole entire fabric collages using napkins and, once again, the fabric formula of Mod Podge. I can see this on the backs of jean jackets, even on your kids' knees where they burn holes in their pants. So next time you're looking at a napkin, just think about, what can I put this on? And now you know how you can put it onto fabric and have it be machine washable. Thanks so much for joining us today, guys. I hope you have a great day. Make sure you share your projects that you're making with Plaid by hashtagging Plaid Crafts and hashtagging Mod Podge so you can get selected for Fan Friday. We'll see you back here next week with another fun craft.